Hey guys, what's up? It's Cole. It's likely that the patch 6.45 Endwalker Relic weapon line will be 1.5 thousand Alagun tomestones again, based on what Yoshi-P has said in an interview with Dengeki Online. The only difference is because the tomestones are rotating, it's going to be causality tomestones instead of astronomy tomestones. Guys, I love this game so much that I dedicate a massive amount of my free time to create a YouTube channel and then another project that I hope to announce in about 2 weeks from now. So I really hope that people don't take my thoughts as negative or hateful, because rest assured it's anything but and it's a massive Nicki Minaj sized one, I can't help but feel like we're getting a bit of a paint job on what is effectively the removal of relic content. Again, I love Yoshi-P and the devs so much, but at this point I'd be lying directly to everyone if I didn't say that I earnestly, genuinely felt like Final Fantasy XVI was draining Final Fantasy XIV of content, which seriously makes me really sad. It doesn't make me angry, it just makes me really sad because I love this game. To recap all the steps, patch 6.25 introduced the Endwalker weapon relic line, which cost 1.5 thousand astronomy tomestones. Patch 6.35 was step 2, and that was another 1.5 thousand astronomy tomestones. Based on this interview, with this next step, we're going to be looking at one relic being, at that point, 4.5 thousand astronomy tomestones, although because we're getting the tomestone swap, it's going to be causality. Now there's a few problems I want to explore here that people don't really talk about, and the first is crafters. A lot of people don't think about crafters when I'm going to make a video like this. Crafting potions and food is a huge part of what crafters do, and I can tell you that crafting potions, I go through stacks of the tomestone material, which has been mandatory to make potions for quite a while now. So if you're a crafter, the chances are that this relic line actually really sucks for you, because now you're torn on, hey, do I buy the materials to continue to do the crafting, which I could arguably buy from the market board, but would reduce my profit margins, why am I even crafting, is what some of them say. Or instead I can do the relic, which again I can't buy the parts from the market board. I need to buy them myself, they're account bound. So for the majority of crafters who I've got the opinion from, is crafting comes first. I'm here to make gil, crafting is my thing. I'm not going to be doing it for any stupid relic weapon, especially when I have the P8S weapon, or if I have the top weapon. They're just like, why would I do that? Whereas if you ask me personally, I did the opposite, where I'm funneling all of my tomestones into the relic, and I admit, because the profit margin is so slim and I already have so many millions of gil and my 2 large houses, I'm like, crafting just gets dropped this expansion, I guess. Did I really just admit that? I really just admitted that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. Crafting, you haven't seen me do it this expansion because the margins are so slim. I'm spending all my tomestones on the relic now. And so we're at the position where this relic line for Endwalker is making people make this decision, which kind of sucks in the first place, and not enough people mention that. Second point is I love Final Fantasy XIV. I'm going to say that so many times in this video because I don't want people to grill me in the comments and be like, oh, you're a hater now. No, I love this game. But there is no denying that Endwalker has less content than both Shadowbringers and especially Stormblood. Content that, how to say it, for all the whinging and whining that we all did, including myself, have done over Stormblood, that expansion delivered so much content that we were at a buffet. Years later, we can look back at 3 amazing Savage tiers, 2 ultimates, Heaven on High, Eureka, and all the rest, and we... People may talk trash about Eureka, but know what was active even just last night? That's right, Discord servers related to Eureka running Baldesion's arsenal. This content created an entire community around it, which is the heart and soul, the implicit bread and butter, the peanut butter to the jelly of what this genre is all about. I feel kind of toxic, as I have been writing my own Island Sanctuary simulator to determine the best recommendations for people, but Island Sanctuary is amazing and great, but if I had to choose between which one is healthier for the game as a whole, as an MMORPG, as something in that genre, and will keep people engaged and logging in longer time than just entering a few things from a spreadsheet, it's unquestionably Eureka. And it's not even me taking the low-hanging fruit of comparing Eureka, which is 6-year-old content, to Variant and Criterion dungeons, which I feel is unfair even trying to say that. I feel like it sounds like a low blow, even though it's far from intended to be, but I don't see people doing communities around Variant and Criterion dungeons. Like, people initially started, but it like died within a week. And not to slam that horse again, but Discord servers, even as of like last night, were popping off on the 6-year-old Eureka. And this doesn't mean that all of a sudden I thought that it was perfectly designed. I think Bozja took it and really helped the design out. I think that a lot of kinks were solved in Bozja. I definitely did not like Pagos. So don't call me a hypocrite. I don't like Pagos. I think that there were problems, but as a whole, Eureka I think was an amazing package. Third point is I feel that we have have way too much emphasis on Bozja and Eureka. Okay, screw Bozja, screw Eureka. This third point is people say, oh, you want to play more Final Fantasy XIV, a game that you love dearly? Well, you need to touch grass. I am so sick of hearing this from people who are burned out from Ultimates. And just haven't said it. Like, just because you want to take a break from this game doesn't mean that everyone else wants to. I don't think it's a sin to be like, hey, we'd like more casual content that actually engrosses us into the game, reasons to log into the game. Like, I don't want to even make this conversation about Eureka and Bozja anymore. Those are just two examples of content pieces that were in the game before that got people into midcore stuff. And I think that's the main thing. That's why we go back to the examples of Eureka and Bozja. Were they perfect content? Either of them? No. I felt Bozja massively improved on Eureka, not to reiterate that again, but I think Bozja could be improved upon even as well. So it's like the aspects of Bozja that I like I enjoyed, like, how to say it, novel midcore content. Like Delirium Regane for standard normal content was so much clearly more difficult than running a so-called expert roulette that I found it easy to go into it with randoms and clear it, which I cannot say the same about current Savage. People still mess up snakes constantly, but still feel adequately challenged in Delirium Regane. I liked making the different builds. I spent so much time just making different builds. Now, hold up. Obviously, it's not as in-depth as Path of Exile now. Yes, I have tried it. I reached the epilogue or whatever of the game, and it didn't overwhelm me at all. I actually really liked that part of it. Like, I made my summoner Templar dude or whatever it was. It was like the old dude with like the holy thing, and I enjoyed the variety in there. And my white mage cannon build in Bozja, though, remains to this day some of my most hilarious stuff I've ever done in 14. But like, shying again away from Bozja and Eureka because I don't want people to dwell on that, this expansion, we don't have anything to be novel, new, gripping content kind of like that. I'll get someone, maybe even a friend, reacting to this, but even though we've talked in private, and let me make it clear, no one, not a single person that I have spoken to is asking to run Crystal Tower 50 times for single relic weapon step. That is brutal. No one I know is actually asking for that, but that seems to be what even some of my friends keep saying, and I'm like, bro, I totally disagree with you. Like, that is not what we're asking for. And then they're just like, well, blah, blah, blah. And it's clickbaity, and it sounds really nice because it makes our argument sound absolutely preposterous. Because who the fuck wants to run Crystal Tower 50 fucking times? No one I know, not me. We want something novel, new, exciting, something that gets us into the game, something to really get us involved. And right now, we just have plain old dailies, hunt trains, which I literally have literally thousands of these stupid materia things in my inventory, let alone my stupid retainers. I have done my time in the hunt train, guys, and I'm still doing it. Like, I love the hunt train and have nothing but compliments, but I've done my time. This isn't adding content to the game. I'm gonna wrap this up by asking this expansion, what is someone who wants something that's a little bit harder than an expert dungeon supposed to do right now? Like, I don't feel that that's offensive to ask. It's just like, okay, they could maybe do Eureka Orthos. That would be probably the best sell. Island Sanctuary is a very niche spreadsheet farm, which I like. Island Sanctuary, I love that. That kind of stuff is fun to me, which made me get bashed in my video that I sent that, and I'm probably going to get bashed here for saying it again. But for most people, it's like, I go to website, hopefully mine, I'm getting ahead of myself, but and then just plug it into this UI, and then I leave in 2 minutes. So again, just to cycle back to that touch grass thing, no one's asking for something of sweaty or something. Like, I find it so weird that the people that are like doing the ultimates and stuff are telling people that just want to log into a game that they pay a subscription for, that they've played for years, and telling them to touch grass. Like, what? We just want to play the game, bro. But again, people are gonna probably flame me for that. But I don't know. I just keep it real on my channel, which I even made a Twitter yesterday about me joining some Discords with some people and then being like, oh, you're a risk because your boyfriend is a doctor. And I'm like, fuck you. So whatever, I keep it real here. Love Final Fantasy XIV, but I'm worried about it. Like, it's like I said at the start, I'm really worried about this game. I love it and I'm worried. I'm honestly, and this sounds toxic or tinfoil hatty, I'm really hoping that when Final Fantasy XVI launches that something changes, because Guys, this sucks. This sucks. This sucks.